Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome for the first time if you are new. We are here with a movie reaction. This one is for Dune Part 2. I have been freaking dying to see this movie. I've seen a whole bunch of like TikTok edits of just like before any like actual footage of the movie was released online, just like stuff from trailers of different things of him just being like, I am Paul Muad'Dib Atreides, and I just keep seeing that stinking edit, and I need to know the context of that scene or it's gonna eat away at me forever. For those unaware, I watched the first Dune in theaters. I gave it a 10 out of 10 review. You can watch my review on the channel from like 2 years ago if you want. That's up to you. I thoroughly enjoyed that film. I thought it was a visual and auditory masterpiece. Just the experience of being there in the theater and seeing that film was incredible. And I thought about going to see this one in the theaters, but I figured I'm gonna wait until it comes out. Like I can purchase it on Amazon, I'm gonna buy it, and then I'm gonna watch it here on the channel with you guys. And it's gonna be a super good time. I'm so excited. I've heard incredible things about this film. I've heard it's better than the first one, and I gave the first one essentially a perfect score, so you know, who knows how good this one can be. I recently rewatched Dune 1 just in preparation for this. I thought about rewatching it on the channel, but I was like, nah, that's a lot of editing for a rewatch. If it was my first time seeing the first one, definitely would have done it, but since I've already seen that one, I wasn't gonna just like do a video for something I've already seen. So I am going into this one essentially completely blind. I don't know what happens. I haven't read the second half of the book. I read the first half of Dune. Well, I listened to the audiobook, the first half of Dune, because I had been told that's where the first movie ended, essentially. And I intentionally did not read or listen to the second half because I wanted to go into this movie not knowing what's going to happen in terms of plot, and not knowing like where things are gonna go. We ended the last film with Paul and his mother essentially like joining the Fremen people, and I think the final shot of the movie was them learning about like desert power and how the Fremen are like riding the worms. So that's pretty exciting. And I've heard we start up like pretty close to right when it ended, so I'm super pumped to jump into this. Before we do that, if you end up enjoying this reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me, helps my videos get seen more in the algorithm. If you're new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon or joining YouTube memberships. You just sync up your own copy of the movie and you can watch along with me. I'm watching this off of Amazon Prime. I paid the however much dollars to get it, so you would obviously have to do that as well if you wanted to do that, but you know, just keep it as an option. Otherwise, I think that's all I have to say. So let's jump into Dune Part 2. Okay. Power over spice is power over all. That scared me.
Imperial Diary, year 10,191, third comment.
This is Florence Pugh talking. I know she's in this movie.
The battle for Arrakis took everyone by surprise. The Harkonnen operation was perpetrated overnight, without warning or declaration of war.
Yeah, it was a sneak attack.
And the Emperor said nothing.
I didn't realize he was playing the Emperor.
His inaction is difficult for me to accept. For I know he loved Duke Leto Atreides like a son.
Except he was part of it.
This would not be the first time the Harkonnens have done his dirty work.
So many people.
In the shadows of Arrakis lie many secrets. But the darkest of them all may remain. The end of House Atreides.
Eclipse. Dune Part 2.
Sister, father is dead. Shouldn't you go back to the stars? Be with him?
Okay.
I'm afraid I won't have enough time to fix things before you're coming.
Is he talking to his unborn sister?
This world is beyond cruelty.
It's crazy looking. Was he just asleep? Are they in the middle of a mission and he was sleeping? Harkonnens are spooky. They are spooky, spooky, spooky. Ooh, a thumper. A worm's coming. Okay. So they gonna hop up on this rock? That is so cool. I mean, I know they're the bad guys, but that's so cool. You spoke too soon, brother. Why no shields? You could use shields, you're on the rock. Jeez, that'd be so... What if you got hit by a body? None of them have weapons. Oh, that guy does, though. Good work, Paul. Oh, another one. God dang it. That guy's got a gun. We're gonna be fine. Trust. Damn. They harvesting their water? That's crazy.
Filthy water. It's full of chemicals, but good enough for cooling systems.
Yeah, it's gross though. Damn, that guy's technically still alive. Oh, they put all the bodies in one pile and then a worm comes and eats them. God, I love when a worm comes. Pause. It's just so cool.
Your orders were to control the whole planet.
Well,
Yeah, that's the only half of it.
As you may recall, the South is uninhabitable, my lord.
I feel like it's definitely not.
Just get some rest.
Kill them all! Kill them all! Rest!
Oh, yeah, that guy was talking too much. Not that I would have done the same thing, but you got to know who you're talking to. God, just the set environments are so cool. Hey, guys.
Oh, God. No. Who goes the...
Who goes the... Yeah, they don't seem thrilled to have him here. Oh yeah, this is Jamis. Our bestie, but not bestie from last movie. Lisan al-Gaib.
Look how your Bene Gesserit propaganda is taking root.
Yeah, they did a lot of work.
I must sway the non-believers. If they follow me, we can disrupt spice production. That's the only way I can get to the Emperor.
Revenge, baby.
Believe in revenge.
Hell, I do.
What I was literally about to say that. Well, I do. I was more quoting The Rock, but Paul seems a better choice to quote. Interesting. They sealing up his holes so they can juice him. Ooh. That's what an interesting way to go about things. Is that water? I think.
38 million decaliters.
What's a is that a lot?
This is sacred.
Oh, okay. It's like a giant cemetery, but water.
Why are you showing me this?
Because you are Bene Gesserit, because you understand the prophecies.
You started them.
The mother of the Lisan al-Gaib will be a Reverend Mother. Our Reverend Mother is dying.
You want me to take her place?
Yes, I do.
That is...
You believe in Paul?
Yeah, it's a direct part of the prophecy. He wants you to make it true. Okay.
I'm afraid.
The Reverend Mothers are tasked with holding the memories of all the Reverend Mothers that came before them, so I'll be given centuries of pain and sorrow.
Is it
Lit.
dangerous?
It's lethal for men. That's for sure.
Okay. So men, don't become a Reverend Mother. Who knew that Bene Gesserit were so transphobic? Just kidding.
What are you guys laughing about?
Don't bother.
What a homeschool ass question to ask.
You don't believe in the Lisan al-Gaib?
We believe in Fremen.
Bilal Kaifa.
You want to control people? You tell them a Messiah will come. Then they'll wait for centuries.
She's not entirely wrong. Fear's the mind killer. I love that line. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Okay. Why would you have her drink it then?
What is it?
That's worm piss, they said? Or the water of life? Oh. Damn, she's bleeding. That's probably not healthy for that baby. Does that mean like she and her baby became Reverend Mothers at the same time? They did write that.
She's right! She's right! It's no miracle.
It's Benny
My mother
Gesserit's
was trained to do
science.
that. Poison transmutation is something advanced Bene Gesserit can do.
Is it?
I'm not here to lead. Let me fight beside you. That's all I'm asking.
Okay. He's too humble to say he's the Mahdi.
I'm not the Messiah! Only the true Messiah denies his divinity. What? All right, I am the Messiah! He is! He is the Messiah!
I'm not the Messiah.
She talks to me. She believes in you.
Because of the blue sauce? Or was this happening before the blue sauce?
You must drink the water of life.
That is not an encouraging thing to say to him.
You sandwalk like a drunk lizard.
Not Jamis.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good so far.
You have to break up your rhythm.
Now that's interesting because in the film books I've studied, the anthropologists say in order to properly sandwalk, you actually have to.
Are you gonna trust the local or are you gonna trust the books? Wow. It's like a fun little date.
Stop looking at me like that.
He is into her as well.
If we want to protect your brother, we need all the Fremen to believe in the prophecy.
Oh, hey guys, just
We must convert
casually having a conversation with my unborn baby.
We need to start with the weaker ones. The vulnerable ones.
That's so scary.
Fear us.
That is frightening. Desert mouse. Is this one of the spice harvesters? It's a big ass spice collector. They don't see this, like, all these sticks pointing out of the ground? They're way better fighters than everyone else. That is an effective helicopter gunner. Johnny! Johnny!
Johnny!
Get bodied, dude.
Go! Oh, shit!
Like, what is he waiting for? Oh my god. Their laser guns are so cool.
You've been fighting the Harkonnens for decades. My family's been fighting them for centuries. We can stop them together. Bury them in the sand where they belong. So that this planet can be yours once more.
Yeah.
Verdijken.
Verdijken.
You shall be known among us as Usul.
Usul.
And now, a Fedaykin is a fighter and needs a war name. You must choose.
How do you call the small desert mouse again?
Muad'Dib.
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 Muad'Dib, well, creates his own water. The constellation that points to the North Star we call Muad'Dib, the one who points the way.
That sounds like a Messiah name if I've ever heard one. The one who points the way.
Paul Muad'Dib Usul.
I am Paul Muad'Dib Atreides, Duke of Arrakis. That's in the TikTok edits. I saw one that was from Wonka. Like, ladies and gentlemen of the Gallery Gourmet, my name, and then it cuts, is Paul Muad'Dib Atreides. It was sick. Paul, are you gonna learn to worm ride?
Hey! Stilgar!
He can hear that. I feel like those worms would be deafening.
Where you from? Does water really fall from the sky?
Oh, yes.
All the time.
When you see sand here, imagine water.
That's crazy. Like, how does her mind even comprehend that?
What's your secret name?
Jeff?
Sihaya. Means desert spring.
Desert Spring. I love it.
I hate it.
Why?
It's from some stupid prophecy. I prefer Johnny.
I prefer Johnny too, then. Do you think Stilgar will teach me?
To ride?
Hell yeah.
No.
Stilgar is into the prophecy. He will teach you.
Paul Muad'Dib Usul. Maybe you could be Fremen. Maybe I'll show you the way.
Kiss. I think if Zendaya ever looked at me like that, I would pass out. Tom Holland, you lucky, lucky man. The visuals of these shots are just insane. They're like doing a lot.
Nothing's clear. It's only fragments. I'm in the South, and I'm following someone, and it triggers a holy war.
Is that
Millions and
I can't
millions
tell.
of people starving to death.
Is that his mom or is that
Because of
Zendaya?
me.
Jesus.
Don't try to impress anyone. You're brave, we all know that. Nothing fancy.
Nothing fancy.
Hey, I'm serious. Nothing fancy, or you will shame my teaching.
I won't shame you.
Nothing fancy. Call a big one. Okay. He's either gonna call a baby tiny worm, or he's gonna call like the biggest worm ever. As befitting the prophecy.
Rashi, Sovakizanai.
Oh, okay, a big one. That's a big ass worm coming for you, boy. That's insane. Why? I heard they did this practically, kind of. Like the sand falling out as the person's running. Like this part of it. I listened to an interview about it. It's so cool. At what point do we succeed? Jeez, that just seems impossible to hang on. We did it, boys. Fat dub in the chat. Yo, let's go, Paul. Is it just written? Oh yeah, they are starting to believe. How do you get off one of those? Grandfather worm, the biggest ever? I mean, he's kind of doing some prophetic things. Like, it's an interesting mix between, like, the prophecies being manufactured, but also him living up to the prophecies.
The way they look at you. They worship you now.
Oh, well, yeah. That's true.
Whisper Lisa and Al-Gaib.
I'm no Messiah.
Kind of are, though.
Yet we have a Bene Gesserit among us, fanning the flames of your legend, saying you're the one.
It's his own mom, too. Classic mom behavior, just talking up their son. My My son's the captain of the soccer team. My son is the Messiah, destined to lead the people to freedom.
She says you're blinded by love, and she reminds you that you must reserve your hand for the most strategic alliance. She's also wondering why you don't believe in who you are.
I do believe.
He just
I
doesn't
believe I matter to
want to
these people.
become...
I believe I'm making a difference in this war.
Yeah, I think he made it clear last movie he doesn't want to be the one that causes billions of deaths.
Do you not think I also feel the weight of the prophecy?
It's not a prophecy. It's a story that you keep telling, but it's not their story, it's yours. They deserve to be led by one of their own. What your people did to this world is heartbreaking.
We gave them something to hope for.
That's not hope!
Yeah, he's stuck in the middle of, you know,
I'll be
the
waiting for
things that Chani tells him and what he believes versus what he knows is gonna happen, and his mother, and just crazy. Okay, I think that's Rebecca Ferguson. Yeah. I recognize that figure anywhere. So, okay, so if he follows her south, then it essentially is the first domino of a holy war that will kill billions. That is close to the actual capital.
The rats are inside! The Fremen demon might be with them! I hope so! We're
The
tracking them, my
Fremen
lord.
demon.
Today,
He's
one
a guy.
dies!
He doesn't know that it's Paul, does he?
Life, Delta, Delta, Delta. I've lost them.
Okay. Oh. So, yeah, let's just fire a bunch of missiles at a rock. It's very interesting that, like, all the rest of them are wearing their helmets, like, fully enclosed, and he's just raw dogging it. He is raw dogging Arrakis.
Muad'Dib! Show yourself!
They're shooting each other. That's so scary. Run away, brother. He just turns around. Yeah, I would get the heck out of there as well. Whew. Lucky duck. Oh, yes.
What deep?
Love some Florence Pugh.
Muad'Dib means kangaroo mouse. Unusual war name for a Fremen.
Yeah.
What if Paul Atreides were still alive?
Enough. This must not.
She's like, don't say that thing.
If Paul is alive, he likely knows the truth. And should the great houses learn that your father was behind the liquidation of the Atreides, your father will face war and lose the throne. We are Bene Gesserit. We don't hope, we plan.
Yeah, they've probably accounted for this happening.
The Baron's youngest nephew, Fade Rotha Harkonnen, will inherit Arrakis. He may be the answer.
Fade Rotha. He's psychotic.
That's irrelevant.
Irrelevant.
Would you like some fresh meats, my darlings? Lungs, a liver.
Come.
I won't die like a fool. Kill me now.
No drug for you today, Atreides.
Oh, she's in this too. I forgot. Their clothes did the same thing. Elvis himself. It's like fireworks, but it's like ink. The last 3 specimens of House Atreides.
That slave isn't drugged.
That bug is walking straight.
That bug is walking straight. He seems very confident that he's gonna win this fight. Well, 1 down. Okay, you freak.
Happy birthday, dear nephew.
The gift is that this guy isn't drugged.
Show me who you are.
Show me who you are. That's a lot of... Are those black things on his team? This guy is not a bad fighter. Hey. Quit your cheating.
Stay back!
What a freak.
You fought well, Atreides.
Okay, well. What an entrance. That's how you introduce a character. Interesting. When they're outside, there's no color really, but inside there is.
The Emperor helped me destroy the Atreides. He lent his own army to the cause. If it came to light, the great houses would rise against him. Then who will sit on the throne. Fade Rotha.
Would the other houses be chill with that? God, that looks so cool. I mean, I guess the other houses might not have enough power to, like, fight back against them, but if they're gonna be upset at the Emperor for helping kill House Atreides, would they not also be upset at the Harkonnens for being the main piece of it?
I'm Lady Margot Fenring. I'm here to honor your coming of age.
You're not allowed in this section.
She's allowed wherever she wants to be. She talks creepy.
You've been in desert.
And what makes you say that?
Oh, she's speaking in his head.
I dreamed about you last night.
A pleasant dream, I hope.
Don't mock me, woman.
I wouldn't dare.
So he has similar dreams to Paul? Giant Reese's cup. She got a Reese's cup window. Dark chocolate Reese's cup. She didn't even have to use the voice. She's just that seductive.
Put your right hand in the box.
Oh.
A sociopath of high intelligence.
A sociopath.
He's sexually vulnerable.
And?
The bloodline is secured.
Oh, damn.
Desire and humiliation. Those are his levers. If Fade Rotha prevails on Arrakis, we shall know how to control him.
That's an interesting point. Okay, damn. We just smooching our uncles right now?
My hand is caked in sand.
Yeah, it's Josh Brolin.
We're in.
What you doing here, Josh Brolin? He's not working for the Harkonnens, is he? Was that a... Oh, it's magnetic. Interesting. I didn't even know we had those.
Don't run! Fight! We're in deep Fremen shit!
Holy Mother.
Well, Gurney, it was good knowing you. Yep, okay.
I recognize your footsteps.
Old man.
Old man.
Oh, what a callback. Don't go kill those guys. They're fine. They're chill.
You young pup. You young pup.
Reunion, baby. That was a solid callback to the first movie, though.
How many men with you?
200.
200.
Shh. Keep it down.
You realize what you were able to achieve with 200 men?
A
Incredible
lot.
fighters. Duncan said there were millions of them.
In the deep south. Yes.
Well, what are you waiting for? With thousands of these guys, you could take control of the entire planet. It's your father's dream. What are you afraid of?
Hey. You know what he's afraid of.
Worship. Gurney. They used to be friends. Now they're followers.
Muad'Dib, the prophet.
Yeah.
Spice opened my mind, Gurney. I can foresee things.
He knows what he will become if he goes down that
If I go
path.
south, all my visions lead to horror. Billions of corpses scattered across the galaxy. All dying because of me.
Because you lose control.
Because I gain it.
Your path leads to war.
Yeah.
You know that.
I mean, that's pretty
So war
obvious.
is coming. What will you do when you feel its breath upon your neck? I know where your father hid the family atomics.
Oh. Sick nasty. Okay. I mean, nukes is better than going south and starting a holy war.
How many heads exactly?
10.
Enough to blow up the whole planet.
Obviously, we're not going to do that.
It's a figure of speech.
That's crazy. That is so wild.
Your great-great-grandfather's legacy. The 92 original Atreides family's atomic warheads. And that is power.
So there's 92 warheads, or... Damn. Okay. So you bring the worm to this pool of water and drown it? So in order for it to open up its esophagus like that, you have to essentially just like drown it. What the frick? Okay, so don't let her see the explosions.
Johnny!
Johnny, don't go up there. Oh no.
I want to go on the ground. Prepare my troops.
My lord, I would recommend you stay inside those...
Bring his body to my quarters. My poor darlings are hungry.
God, they're just gonna eat that guy?
What are you doing here?
Kiss my feet, brother.
Eviscerate them!
Go with the feet kissing.
Kiss. Or die.
Is that his brother or his cousin or?
embarrass our family one more time, it will be the last.
Damn, brother. A war council in the south. He has to go. Ugh. It's out of his control.
I'd rather cut off my own hand.
We need you. We need the Lisangal Gaib to lead our people.
You know what I think of all that, Stonegard?
I don't care what you believe. I believe.
He doesn't want to do it, but he's being forced down the path.
Shawnee, I can't go with you. You know why?
I'll stay too.
Nobody stays but me.
Paul.
That's an order! Gurney Halleck, go south! Protect my mother.
He's in charge.
Talk to me, Thomas.
Talk to me, Goose.
You cannot see the future without seeing the past. To unlock your mind, you need to drink the water of life.
You need to see.
You must drink the water of life.
Everyone is telling him to drink the water of life.
The world has made choices for us.
This is like a tragic tale.
If I go south, I might lose you.
You will never lose me. Paul Atreides. Not as long as you stay who you are.
And then I will do what must be done.
She's like, what does that mean? You don't want to know what that means.
Spy, left behind. No trace of the others.
Oh, she stayed behind?
You killed 9 of my men with one single blade.
She won't talk.
She's kind of
Tell her
goated
it's
like
fine.
that.
I already know everything I need to know. Only pleasure remains.
Yo. Can you set her on fire? They're going so fast. How do you get off? Let the boy die, Jon Snow, so that the man may live. So now he has all of the Reverend Mothers in his head.
Now that you can see our past, you can see your future.
Is that on Arrakis? He's bringing water back to Arrakis?
My dearest brother, you are not prepared for what is to come. You'll now learn the truth.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Don't worry. I'm with you. I love you.
Interesting. Okay. Did they steal that?
Paul? Paul? I'm here. I'm here.
What is he, in a coma?
What did you do to him? No, not that. Why would he do that? Why would you do that?
Because he is the one.
You did this to him. You did this to your own son. You do it. Fix it yourself.
Johnny.
You might not believe in the prophecy, but you're a part of
Oh, her name is part of the prophecy.
Could you do this?
She has no choice. What is she gonna? What does she have to do though? Desert Spring Tears. That's why she hates her name, is because she's named after the prophecy of an outworlder leading the Fremen.
Please, climb up, rise.
Jesus Christ. He is the chosen one.
Are you okay?
Lisan al-Gaib. Prophecy just keeps coming true.
I see possible futures all at once.
Interesting.
And in so many futures they prevail. But I do see a way. There is a narrow way through.
We're in the end game now.
I saw our bloodline, Mother. Written across time.
Is that her? As a baby?
You are the daughter of Baron Vladimir Harkonnen.
Whoa. That's crazy.
We're Harkonnens.
So the Harkonnens inherit the planet no matter what. God, the music in this movie is insane. It hits so hard. That's such a hard shot. What a shot. Holy cow. I feel like even the way he walks is different now.
Still, Car? You can stop this. Do you hear me? You have the power to stop this.
How? What can he do?
This prophecy is how they enslave us! How they dominate!
My heart is like, it's beating so hard right now.
Only tribe leaders can speak. If you wish to share your voice, you must take his place by defeating him and returning his water to the well.
You think I'm stupid enough to deprive myself of the best of us?
It's like what his dad said.
Take my life, Usul.
I'm pointing the way!
Slow down.
Una sot! Un dao verzihi! Ne flipit! Communi!
Oh shit, Paul.
Kabakalikakari! Hurai! Jahaish!
He's owning it.
But you think you could have a chance? It's not the Josh. Lukacs Vadi, Kalanakash. Uzulfa Bitnair Gevi Barta Wadi.
Bro, are you reading his mind?
O erle Chausi, Jura Abzir Sihi Secure to Femni. Dune.
Listen again!
Oh my god. Oh my god. Listen al Gaib.
Vai si fascis rusa! Di cascia che era Zulhu! Hi anzada! Chibi hu crash! Adi!
Hashisha, Chi.
Sheath Gim Shari.
Listen al Gaib. Shuba Hoki.
Puts
This is
the
my
ring
father's
back
ducal
on.
signet. I am Paul Muad'Dib Atreides,
Duke of Arrakis! Oh.
Eruditina Heshidani, Nelisan al-Gaib, Rui di Menaruk, Ashidi! Listen al-Gaib!
Oh, this is... Oh, no. He's like full heel turn. Oh. This is not good. I mean, I love it, but it's not good. That's a signed letter from Paul Muad'Dib Atreides saying, "Bitch, I'm coming for you."
Paul Atreides is still alive. You tried to sacrifice an entire bloodline.
And I was right to do it. The Kwisatz Haderach is a form of power that our world has not yet seen. They were promising, but they were becoming dangerously defiant. Their bloodline had to be terminated. That is why we have put many bloodlines at work. Several aspects.
But it's backfired.
I think Paul's he's a little too defiant.
I'm Fedaykin. I follow my leaders. If fighting goes north, I go north.
Paul didn't have a choice, Chani.
I won't be fighting for him. I'm fighting for my people.
I understand Chani's side of things. Like, it should be a Fremen that is like in charge of the Fremen people, and the fact that it's Paul is not ideal. Some crazy stuff, brother.
What is he doing here? I brought spice production under control.
What do we do? Send messages to the great houses.
I'm sorry. I saw a tweet the other day that was like seconds after someone finishes explaining a board game. And it was just that 2-second. What do we do? Oh. Weird ass life support system he got going on.
Baron.
He's just posed so weird. Muad'Dib is Paul Atreides.
I swear to you I wasn't aware of any of this.
Oh, snap.
Muad'Dib is alive. I must find him.
Them worms be coming, brother. This is one of the things from the edit on TikTok. He just thrusts his fist in the air. Long live the fighters. So 3 out of the 92 nukes. Those are some large atomic bombs. My brothers in Christ, I don't think you're gonna be around much longer. Oh, the worms. The worms. Good night, dude. Holding your sword up to a worm. Good luck. Yeah, and the storm's coming. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. That's just like the shot from last movie. Similar. Except it's Johnny instead of Paul. See ya. You guys aren't coming out alive. Damn, no sounds of battle either. Just walks in. He's so intrigued, he's like, ooh. Oh, he walks like a predator stalking his prey.
Grandfather.
Ooh, he's like turned on. Damn.
Martin. Tkatan to na Jareshme.
He still hasn't technically revealed his identity to them. Only the... Well, and I guess... I mean, he did send them a letter, so maybe never mind. The scale of this is just insane. Gurney Halleck just cooking people right now. He is one of the best fighters. House Atreides coming for you, brother. Wow, what a short fight.
Duke and my friends.
Holy cow. Gurney Halleck. Ugh. That was gross.
Warships. The great houses.
Oh.
This isn't over yet.
He's aware.
I want you to know. I will love you as long as I breathe.
You're facing a full invasion, Fremen.
How can you be so sure the great houses are here for me?
Paul Atreides.
They may be curious to hear my side of the story, don't you think? I am Paul Atreides, son of Leto Atreides, Duke of Arrakis. Gurney.
My lord.
Send a warning to all ships. If the great houses attack, our atomics will obliterate all spice fields.
You're out of your mind.
He's bluff.
Consider what you're about to do, Paul Atreides.
Silence!
You will bow at my feet.
Your feet! You'll be lucky to keep your head. I'll take the hand of your daughter. And we will rule together over the Empire.
Damn, Chani. Chani, just remember, he'll love you forever. This girl means nothing to him. How do you choose between Zendaya and...
You have to answer for my father.
It's just an insane choice. Like Florence Pugh or Zendaya?
Your father was a weak man.
But he was a good man. Oh, that little nose twitch from Jessica.
Stand or choose your champion.
I'm here, Atreides. I need a blade.
Except mine.
Chani.
I'm happy to finally meet you, cousin.
Cousin?
He's like, really?
Well, you wouldn't be the first relative I've killed.
May thy knife chip and shatter.
May thy knife chip and shatter. Hell yeah.
May thy knife chip and shatter.
They are very evenly matched.
She's your pet?
No. The love of his life. She's probably a better fighter than him, too, so I wouldn't challenge her. Shouldn't have got him angry. Ooh. That is not good. heart is like pounding. Oh. He got him.
You fought well, Atreides.
Listen, Agaib!
I've seen that gif 1,000 times. Listen, Agaib! Your life is forfeit, Emperor. Ow. The facial expression change right when he looks at her. Look at her.
You should have believed.
She's saying, bitch, that's my boy.
You chose the wrong side.
She's like, I told you my son was that guy.
There are no sides, Reverend Mother.
Except you can't really control Paul anymore. He is beyond your reach.
The life debt has been paid. Spare my father now and I will be your willing bride. The throne will be yours.
Kneel. Brother, you do not have a choice anymore. Oh, this is not... Oh, she's the only one that doesn't kneel. This is not good. This is not good. I mean, on the small scale, very good. On the larger scale, not
You
good.
refuse to honor your ascendancy.
We await your orders, Lisan al-Gaib.
Lead them to paradise.
Jesus Christ. Oh. The music is so fitting right now. He is sending them
Your brother
to their
attacks
deaths.
the great houses.
A holy war has begun.
The holy war begins.
A holy war is bad. Like, hell yeah, revenge for House Atreides, but in the grand scheme, I don't know, we should be excited about this. I feel the same way, Chani. Jesus Christ. Holy cow, what a film. Jesus Christ. Oh man, lead them to paradise indeed. Freaking A. This was like... I have like dueling emotions about what happened. On a small personal scale, like small scale story, personal conflicts, I am very happy with the end of that film. I am very much rooting for Paul. Like, he got revenge for the death of his father, for the eradication of House Atreides, and he is now like essentially the emperor of the universe, or on his way to become the emperor of the universe. Like, starting the film essentially on the run and, you know, cast out into the desert, barely surviving just with the help of the Fremen, to ending the film essentially becoming the ruler of the universe is quite a ways to go. And watching the journey of Paul as he slowly is forced to accept his role and like what's gonna happen, exhilarating. Like, his moments when he fully takes control of who he is towards the end of the film is so hype worthy, it's insane. Like, all those freaking edits now make sense. Now it makes sense that people are like, yeah, Paul fucking Atreides is coming. Like, he's here. And it's sick as hell. So that's how I feel on the small scale. On the small scale, interpersonal side, I'm rooting for Paul. But on the larger scale, given the fact that we know that this journey that he is going down, the path that he is going down, leads to an like a universe-wide galactic holy war, essentially, that is gonna cause the deaths of billions of people. That is not good. It is very much not good. And I don't know. Oh, well, actually, I do know. We should not be thrilled about that. Like, it is objectively a bad thing. Objectively, like, it is a bad thing. You can't argue that it is possibly a good thing. It is a bad thing that Paul is now leading these people on a holy war to eradicate or just defeat the other great houses so that he can rule the universe. Like, that is bad. and from a moral standpoint, I don't think he should do it. Like, if you look at the conflict from a grand scale, and you don't view the moment by moment decisions, it is very much a bad thing that this you know, person who doesn't live on this planet, he's not from this planet, was essentially, like, his family's given control of this planet, and then, I mean, taken away from the Harkonnens take it back, right? And then this outsider then, you know, co-ops the local people and their heritage and their culture, and he gets them to follow him, and he leads them into a holy war that most likely will end. The end result will probably be like 99% of them dying. So, like, from the perspective of a local, like, seeing this outsider come in and be like, hey, I'm in charge now. I'm using you as, like, troops in my war, essentially. Like, that is objectively bad, and that is showcased throughout the film from Chani's perspective, being like, hey, if somebody is going to lead us, if somebody is going to control our planet, if somebody is going to bring back paradise, it should be someone who lives here. Like, it shouldn't be a colonizer. It like, that is objectively, it's not good that Paul is the one who did it, and Paul himself knows that. He fights the role that he's destined to play throughout the whole film. Like, Paul is for the most part a good person, at least for the most of the film, because he's actively been like, I don't want to go south. Like, if I go south, billions of people die. I just want to live amongst these people. I want to help them free their planet from the Harkonnens. Like, it doesn't hurt that him helping them also helps him get revenge for his family. Like, he's okay with his role there, but he knows, like, because he has these visions, he knows if he goes south that he will lead a holy war. Like, he can see the dominoes that will fall, and he doesn't want to do it, but at the same time, like, these things around him keep falling into place. And part of it definitely is, you know, the generations of superstition that the Bene Gesserit have planted, right? They came here long ago, and they spoke of a prophecy that's destined to happen, and a lot of the things that happened are just a direct result of you know, their action. But then sometimes there's a couple things here and there that seem as though, like, it wasn't necessarily the Bene Gesserit that made this happen. Like, it's just Paul being goated like that. And, like, because even the Bene Gesserit, they're not, like, 1,000% sure that Paul is the one. Like, when Jessica in the first film is talking about, like, she has a conversation with the main Reverend Mother in the first one, and I think the main Reverend Mother is like, you better be sure, like, you weren't supposed to have a son, like, you better be sure that he is the one. And Jessica is like, he's the one. But, you know, she doesn't really believe her. and now, like if it was anyone other than Paul in these situations, like, the stuff wouldn't come true. Like, they would fail, they would do all these things. But there's, like, certain moments that happen where it's like, how could you predict that? Like, I mean, I guess they see the future. Like, the Bene Gesserit have these visions where they can see past and present and future. So maybe they saw these things in the future. Like, the Kwisatz Haderach does this, and then they planted those superstitions in the past. But some of the stuff seemed, like, out of their control, maybe. So it's like 96% like they planned all of this, and, like, 4% is Paul's just that guy. He's just built different. But yeah, like so much of the movie, things just feel out of Paul's control. Like, he desperately does not want to become this ruler, but he slowly sees himself becoming the ruler. Like, he has a comment to Gurney, like, halfway or a little over halfway through the film, where he's like, they used to be friends and now they are followers. Like, he just wants to live amongst these people and befriend them and become one of them, but he is slowly watching their, like, fanaticism take over as the signs fall into place, and he hates it. He hates the role that he's playing, but at the same time he knows he has to. It's crazy. I mean, he, to a certain extent, he wants to, like, convince them a little bit, because he's like, hey, if I can convince them that I'm the leader they've wanted, I can get revenge and disrupt spice trade or whatever. But then he falls in love with Chani, and he becomes one of the people, and then he's like, okay, I just don't want to do that. I don't want to kill billions of people. And it's the world and his mother and all these things are just like, you have to. Like, it's gonna happen. You don't really have a choice. You might as well accept it and become who you're meant to be. And he's like, no. Like, that sounds like it sucks. I don't want to do that. and he's like requesting, he's like trying to speak to his dead friend. He's like, Jamis, Jamis, talk to me. And Jamis is like, you gotta do what you gotta do. And then the voices, the Benny Dresser voices are like, drink the water. And it's like, frick. Like, that's the only thing he's being told is drink the water. And so he drinks the water. And then complete shift. He sees everything. Like, he sees the past. He sees all the possible futures. And he knows the only way through. Like, the only way they all live, the only way he comes out on top, the only way he gets his revenge is if he starts a holy war, essentially. And then just the complete attitude shift. Honestly, badass as hell. I know I shouldn't think that's cool, or like shouldn't be rooting for Paul to essentially become a mega dictator, but god damn, Paul, you're so cool. Like, Jesus. Like, as he's like, even the way he walks shifts. Like, he walks with like his strides are a little longer now. Like, he walks with more power, more purpose. He looks a little angrier, like, in his face the whole time. The shot where he's walking and then the worm crashes behind him, brother in Christ, insane. And then he's walking through all the people, and it reminded me very much of there's a scene in, I forget which season it is, in Game of Thrones. I think it's season 2. I don't know, it could be, I don't remember exactly which season it is, but Emilia Clarke's character Daenerys, like, essentially like frees these people, like frees all these slaves from whatever nation they were in. And then there's like, they all surround her and like lift her up, and they're calling her like mother, and it like shows it from above, and it felt very reminiscent of that as he's just walking through this crowd of people. And you know, they're doing this war council, and he he walks in and he's like, they're like, hey man, if you want to talk, like, because he's technically not a tribal leader. They're like, if you want to talk, you gotta kill that guy. Like, you have to replace him, essentially. And he's like, no, why the fuck would I do that? Like, he echoes the same sentiment that his father had in the first movie. Like, right after Paul is attacked by that spy, and what's his face, the guy that does math in his brain, he's like I will, you know, this was my fault. I should have known. Like, I lay down my life. And his father is like, why would I be dumb enough to deprive myself of the best of us? Like, you want absolution? Go catch some spies. And then callback, this one, he's still guys like, kill me. And he's like, why would I deprive myself of the best of us? I'm not gonna dull my blade before a fight. Like, what are you thinking? And it's pissing everybody. Like, people are like, hey, like, you're gonna flaunt our rules right now. And he walks around and he's like, none of you can challenge me. And they're like, okay. Like, they're getting pissed. He's straight up being like, it doesn't matter if I'm flaunting your rules, because I'm better than all of you. Like, I can fight every single one of you and beat you because I've seen all the possible futures of you fighting me. I know all your movesets. I've downloaded them ahead of time. Like, I'll beat every one of you in a fight. It doesn't matter. And then, like, the people are still angry, and he's like, all right, let me get inside your brain real quick. I'm going to tell you the whole history of your family. I'm going to tell you, like, what you pray for at night. I'm going to tell you your nightmares. And it's like, Jesus Christ, Paul. Like, it is simultaneously so cool and so hype, but also, like, so haunting, because you realize what's happening. You realize in real time that he is becoming like a dictator. Like, he is becoming a dictator and a warmonger, and he is becoming their messiah, like, in real time. Like, it's cool as hell to see, as like on a personal level, being like, hell yeah, Paul, like, take control. But also you're like, no. Like, this is bad. Like, this, oh my god, so many people are gonna die. And, oh my god, like, I feel like this movie could be, it's like the epitome of the saying, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Like, that, I feel like that is the epitome of this film, is like, Paul has good intentions. Like, his motivations for everything he's doing is good, and like, I agree with him, but also you're like, you can see the end result. You're like, no, like, don't do that. Like, surely there's a way through it, but there isn't. Like, he has seen the only way through for all of the people that he loves to live, like for his mom to live, for Chani to live, for the people he cares about to live. The only way forward is for him to start a holy war, and it is haunting. it is like, oh, that's crazy. I've seen some quotes about, from Denis Villeneuve, about just like, about like the book of Dune in general, and presumably the next book or movie that they make is gonna hammer it home even further. But and I was reading the trivia after this, where one of the main aspects that they really wanted to drive home is like how dangerous the idea of like a savior is, and like the allure of a savior, and the dangers of fanaticism, and like how these people will, like, once they believe, they will do anything. I feel like the last thing on the channel that we've watched that had kind of a similar tone and a similar message that they were trying to get across was Midnight Mass. If you watched that show, it's from Mike Flanagan. Super good show. It's kind of like a horror focused show, but it really dove into and hammered home like the dangers of like religious fanaticism, and like what that can do like to a group of people. And this movie very much feels the same. It is very much like a real time comment. Like, it's not just like, hey, we're looking at this from the outside, but we're deep in it. The dangers of like turning someone from a friend into a religious figure that you follow, and the dangers of that fanaticism, how that affects your people, how that affects that person, how it affects the relationships around them, and in this case, how that will then affect the universe as a whole, and the deaths and the tragedy that will follow. And like, I guarantee there's gonna be so many people that just like don't get the end of this film. I can, like, even having seen some of these like TikTok edits about just like how badass Paul is, there's I guarantee there's so many people that just don't realize like, hey, we're not supposed to be psyched about the end of this. Like, what, like, that's the tough part, is it's like you can be psyched, and it is kind of cool. It's super cool and badass that he like took on Fade Rotha, and he is now the leader of millions of people, like from where he came from to where he is now. Like, insane. Like, he's telling the Reverend Mother silence. Like, good God, Paul. Just absolutely wild turn of events. Like, he's cool as hell. But also, Holy War is bad. There's so many people that are not gonna get that. And I've read a quote. I think it was about Frank Herbert, who wrote the Dune books, about like why he wrote the second book, Dune Messiah. And it was because, like, I think he saw that there was a lot of people really sympathizing, not just sympathizing with Paul, but being like considering Paul a hero. And while Paul kind of is a hero, like an anti-hero in a sense, he also really needed to drive home the fact that, like, this is bad. Like, you should not become like the religious followers of Paul. Like, you need to take a step back and realize that, like, him going on a holy war is objectively a bad thing. And so he wrote the second book, Dune Messiah, to, like, really drive that home. And I don't know what happens in that book, obviously. I haven't read it. But from what I've heard, like, next movie, we are really going to be confronted with the fact that, like, hey, Paul may no longer be a good guy. Like, he was a good guy for most of the film. And his intentions were good. And the results were kind of good, but, like, the end of this movie was like full heel turn, like, villain origin story. And we probably shouldn't be psyched about that, like, but it was cool as hell. And visually, this movie was astounding. The music, the sound effects, the cinematography, all of it just incredible. I feel like all the acting performances were insane. Rebecca Ferguson as Lady Jessica was frightening. Like, the moment where she's talking to her baby and talking about how they need to, like, get the locals on their side, and she's like, we'll start with the weak ones. The ones that are afraid of us. And you see her face, like, and it's like, oh my god, like, this is scary. Like, scary. Like, objectively, she is a villain. and it's crazy, like, because and it's like, you essentially kind of become, I guess, like, when you drink that water of life, you kind of become, like, all of the Bene Gesserit. Like, you're no longer just yourself. You then have all of them, like, inside you. And given the fact that the Bene Gesserit's, like, long-term plan and goal is to rule the universe, it makes sense that both Jessica and Paul, once they drink the water of life, turn into, like kind of evil versions of themselves. And it's insane. Austin Butler as Fade Rotha, unhinged. That is insane. Like, his introduction, that little, like, gladiator fight, what a way to introduce a character. That's wild. Like, first of all, the design of their home planet, Gaiety Prime, cool as hell. It's like infrared with some, like, different filters on it, like seeing them be in, like, people be in color when they're indoors, and then when they walk outside, like, having that color stripped away to just, like, black and white, and you see like their black outfits turn to white, his teeth are black, like, just some insane stuff. Like, cool design. And then seeing him fight these people and seeing how unhinged he is, like, from the very get-go, like, he's killing servants, and his, like, he has, like, these pets, these, like, female pets that are, like, cannibals, and he just feeds bodies to them. He killed his own mother, like, learning things about him, and then watching him fight, and he's, like, loving it. That little, he, like, kills a guy, and then he's like, like, ugh, it freaks me out. And he's just creepy and so weird, and so many moments, like, I forgot that was Austin Butler. Honestly, I was just, like, engrossed in who that character was. And he has moments later where, like, different things he does, like, Paul will do something and he'll just be watching him, like, so intrigued and also low-key, like, turned on. Like, he killed his uncle and he was like like, he had a raging boner. Like, that dude was ready. Like, insane. Like, he loves pain. He loves humiliation. Like, crazy stuff, honestly. And then the physicality of that role, insane. Like, he embodied that role. Like, the viciousness in which he moved and fought, crazy. Who else? Javier Bardem as Stilgar, watching, like, part one, he was in that movie, and he very much felt like a respected figure, like someone who you should receive wisdom from, who was like a leader amongst their people, and like kind of treated the Atreides family not with disdain, but like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, he didn't welcome them. And slowly watching this man turn from like a respected figure amongst their people to like a devoted follower of Paul. Like not just like, hey, like, I'm silently stoic and like just willing to go along with you, but becoming like an animated, like, fervorous follower of this religion, and like completely willing to go along with whatever Paul says. Like, he is very willing to join this holy war and lead his people to their deaths because he believes in Paul. It's crazy. Zendaya's, oh my god, Zendaya's performance throughout this film, she's such a good actress. Watching her character go from like apprehensive to Paul, and knowing generally what Paul and his mother are here to do. Like, she's aware that they are here to essentially co-opt these people and force them into believing this prophecy. And at the beginning, there's plenty of people around her that agree with her. They're like, no, like, F this. Like, the leader of our people should be from here. And then she falls in love with Paul because of the person he is. And watching her realize that everybody around her is becoming like a worshiper of him was crazy. Like, you see her fighting with her, like, her love for Paul. Like, she loves Paul, but she also hates and despises what he is becoming to her people. And just seeing that dichotomy in her character throughout the entire film, all the way up to the end. Like, he's literally right after the fight with Fade Rotha, she's looking at him, and she's simultaneously like very worried, like concerned about his life, but also like angry. She's angry at the whole situation, and there's fury in her eyes. And then he turns and looks at her, and like all of that melts away, and she is just like in love with him. Like, but not like, oh my god, like, you're so amazing. Like she is torn up inside due to her feelings for him and how much she knows she loves him. But like, knowing that what is happening is something she hates and she just can't deal with. And then she leaves, and she's like, that's how they end the film, is with Zendaya just like with fury in her eyes as she goes on this worm. But presumably her character will come to understand, is what we've been told, because Paul has seen it. He has seen the future that she comes to understand why he had to do what he does. And it's crazy. I don't know how they're gonna reconcile next movie, but it's gonna be wild when they do. Florence Pugh, she was great. She had a very small part in this film. Apparently she's gonna have a much bigger part in the next film, but I'm very curious to see what her role is. Anya Taylor-Joy as the baby. Crazy. The fact that she's there for like 15 seconds. Like, she literally showed up for like 30 minutes of filming, and they're like, all right, go home now. Crazy stuff. Who else? Who else was in this movie? Josh Brolin as Gurney Halleck. Just, the man just wants revenge. He was like, you know what, Paul? It's very interesting because he was encouraging Paul in his revenge mission, but he wasn't encouraging him to like go south and become a dictator. He was like, hey, let's launch some nukes instead. There's 92 nukes, 92 atomic bombs in this cave that we can use. You don't need to go south. You can just blow them up. And it's like, hell yeah, let's do that instead. But no, he ends up going south anyway. What else? I don't know. This movie was incredible. I think people are right. This is a better film than the first one. Like it's very much a culmination of everything set up in the first film. There's so many callbacks, like so many different things, like I recognize your steps, old man, to the why would we deprive ourselves of the best of us, to different things that we saw in the first film that come to fruition here. And it's honestly insane. This movie's incredible. I loved it. This movie's fantastic. Much better than the first film, and I gave the first film a 10 out of 10. Like, how do I rank this film? It's like a 13 out of 10. It simultaneously tells the story of a deeply heroic, like, rebellion. It's crazy. Like, it is a heroic story of rebellion and rising up against an oppressive force and fighting for freedom, while simultaneously being, a tragic downfall of a heroic figure into a dictator and the start of a holy war. It's like, it almost feels like watching, granted, this might make sense because apparently Star Wars was inspired from Dune, but it feels like watching like Star Wars Episode 3 a little bit, just a little bit, where in Episode 3 where all of this is going. You know that Anakin is gonna fall to the dark side. You know all these things, and watching the tragedy unfold, from the get-go, Paul is going, like, as soon as he mentions the vision of if he goes south, billions of people die. As soon as he says that, like, it's going to happen. And so the rest of this film, is literally just watching a tragedy unfold before your eyes, and there's no, like, a train going down the tracks with no brakes. It cannot be stopped. And the way that Denis Villeneuve, like, mixes those things, like, mixes this deeply heroic, inspiring story with a tragedy train going down the tracks and the origin of a villain is insane. I don't know how you do that. Like, how do you make that happen? Oh my god. I can't wait for part 3. I wonder if they're going to call it just Dune Part 3 or if they'll call it Dune Messiah. I would just call it Dune Part 3. That makes the most sense and would make them the most money. But absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Hats off to everyone involved. This was a masterpiece of a film, and I cannot wait for the next one. Definitely let me know what you guys thought down in the comments, though. I am very curious to see, where you guys land on this. Were you rooting for Paul? Were you, like Chani, where you're seeing all this unfold with deep hatred? I'm just very curious to see, especially where you guys fall in regards to the end of this film. It's going to be interesting to see people's opinions on that. Otherwise, if you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me, helps my channel grow. If you're new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon or joining YouTube memberships. You just sync up your own copy of the movie and you can watch along with me. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.